All right, hello everybody. I'm Jessica Onland with Acadiana Queer Collective. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We are thrilled to tell you about the inclusive prom that we will be launching in 2023. I love our community. I live here, I raised my family here, I came back here. But you know what, we have some issues. There's some things that we can work on to make our community even better. And some of that is making sure that everybody in our community has a place. That everybody in our community knows that they're welcome. So here's a number that makes me uncomfortable. We know that 40% of LGBTQ youth last year seriously considered or it's made an attempt on their own lives. That number's terrifying. Okay. We also know that suicide rates among teenagers in general are rising in unprecedented rates. But we also know that affirming environments where we can create accepting and inclusive spaces and community support can help to drop that number on a large scale. Now, when we started this project, we were really focused on LGBTQ youth in our community. They may not have the opportunity to show up as their authentic selves to their prom or bring the partner of their choice. But as we dug in, we realized the pool of at-risk youth and marginalized youth in our community is much broader. We have a homeschool community for kids that don't have any prom at all. We have kids that miss their prom because of illness or injury or family issues. Kids dealing with disabilities or being new to our community or struggling with bullying, which we read about in the news every day. There's any number of reasons why students may not feel comfortable showing up as themselves to their prom because they still have to face their classmates on Monday morning. And so this is going to be an alternative prom experience. Our goal is to accommodate 150 high school students. We want to kick off prom season with a March event. We're not looking to compete or stack against any other dates that are already there. We'll be serving light refreshments and non-alcoholic beverages, rounding out the DJ, dance floor, and decorations. We'll have photo drops where people can take their selfies, but we'll also sell optional photo packages and other little upgrades throughout the event to create sustainable funding to keep this event going and forward. And in terms of keeping the event safe, we're working with local law enforcement for security, and we have a team of trained and vetted chaperones, but because of their professions are already background checked and fingerprinted. All right, our total budget for this event is looking at about $6,500. Now, because we're a 501c3, we've got a lot of in-kind donations and already established volunteers, vendors, and sponsors, community support. Our hard expenses are looking like $4,280, but you know what? I like round numbers, so we are asking you to please fund us for $4,000. I'll kick in the $280, right? So what this will do is allow us to put on a first-class prom experience. I'd love to talk with you in our budget in granular detail, but they can't do that in 3 minutes. So in terms of our community project partners, so we're Acadiana Queer Collective. We put on Pride Acadiana every year. We had a resounding success. We have a dedicated team of volunteers, including our street art team, to help make this fabulous. We're working with PFLAG, We Demand More, Safe Haven, Family Tree with the Jacob Crouch Foundation, who of course are focused on suicide prevention and awareness. And guess what, guys? This event, it's not just to help build community among kids from different schools, but it's also to help connect at-risk youth with resources in our community that are available to them. So Acadiana, we're welcoming. We pride ourselves on our hospitality. But we know that there are people in our community that don't feel like they're welcome, that are not feeling like they belong. So ask yourself, are we going to let another prom season go by with kids in our community that don't feel like they fit in and don't have anywhere to go? So please fund us for $4,000 so we can make Inclusive Prom an annual event for high schoolers in the Acadiana area. Thank you.
Great job. All right, Beth, here's what you got.
So when I stopped by your guys' table, you explained a little bit about possibly some of the sustainable funding that might come from some other events. Can you describe those and describe at what stage those are in from a reality perspective, please?
Absolutely. Acadiana Queer Collective is going to be putting on a signature fundraiser starting in 2024 of an adult prom, the portion of which will be funding this on an ongoing basis. We anticipate having a small-scale rollout of that in 2023. We'll be selling photo packages and other little add-ons and merch add-ons at the event itself to create fundraising to go to the next year. We also have community partners such as ACA and Beausoleil that, for instance, will do a signature drink and give us a cut of sales. And in our fundraising for Pride, we were really surprised and delighted by how successful that was.
How could you?
What's next?
I'd love to hear from somebody. So, any of you want to answer this? What impact would it have made on you when you were in high school if you had an event like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a trans woman and I transitioned in high school, but I did not have the opportunity to safely wear a really pretty dress like this to my prom. I in fact did not go to my prom because I felt like I would not be comfortable or accepted. In fact, my principal told me that I, quote, should never wear a dress as a boy. It would have made a massive impact to have such a welcoming environment, and that's why I'm a part of the team trying to create that opportunity for LGBTQ youth in Acadiana.
I think I'm now underdressed for this event. Do you have any plans to try to partner up with any of the local schools to get the word out and maybe get more people?
Yes, so we actually have established relationships with both the Gay Straight Alliances at many of the high schools, as well as with counselors on our team. We have professional counselors, and we've tied into that network. In addition, we have parents of high school students. We have an established social media network. I had the privilege of serving as the volunteer coordinator for Pride Acadiana this year, and I'll tell you that I have a number of high school students who are volunteers that are looking to create more inclusive opportunities in their community. In addition, we're working with PFLAG and other organizations that specifically serve these kids, so it's going to be a combination of social media, as well as some in-kind media donations to push the word out, and some good old-fashioned print where the kids hang out these days.
We have time for one more question, guys.
Mine wasn't real.
What were you going to say, Jody? Go ahead.
Where do the kids hang out these days?
Mostly Snapchat.
I've had a client tell me that Whole Foods is very queer, so we'll hit up Whole Foods.
Go ahead, Brian.
How are you going to select the 150 participants?
So we're going to open up this event with free Eventbrite tickets on a first-come, first-served basis. We're verifying that we've got high school students from their student IDs, and we have someone consulting from the homeschool community to help us verify age-appropriate children that are enrolled in homeschool programs. If we blow this out of the water, this is a highly scalable event, and we're working with venues specifically that will give us some leeway to scale up.
Guys, give it up for Team Inclusive Prom.